Our next presenter, to follow up on this same skill, is one of my favorite people on planet Earth. She has more fire in her gut than just about anybody that I know. She just landed from China, where she was doing a huge tour and impacting people on the other side of the planet. She came here especially to share some information with you. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage, Gloria Mayfield Banks.
Thank you. Woo! Wow! Okay, I want to know by a round of applause, how many of you are so excited that you came? You know, I always say you have to get loud and rowdy to be successful. I don't care what anybody else told you. I don't care what they said about shh, 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 shh. That does not work. You want to get loud and rowdy. Living, caring, giving, sharing. Boy, oh boy, I love to work with the daring. A magic million, can you imagine such? Of course you can. We've got the touch. I'm small in stature only, but I'm heavy in belief. I'm leading by example, so you can count on me as I flash this $1 million smile. The world will know it's all worthwhile because I'm banking on the magic, banking on success, and I'm banking on some people who simply want the best. I'm proud to be before you, and I'm proud to be top rank. I'm elite executive, national sales director. My name is Gloria Mayfield Banks. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Now let me tell you something. Clearly, you came to get some power. Clearly, you came to get some power. Okay, so look at your girlfriend and say, I'm at the most powerful event. Now, if her neck did not move, she did not do it right. And if her hair did not move, it's only because it's a style like mine. Because you did come to get it. How many of you came to get it? I am so excited to be celebrating 29 years in this industry. I am so excited. I am so excited that I used to say, I'm going to the top. I used to say, I'm going to the top. And then I used to say, I'm at the top. Now I'm the top. The top. Let's get it clear. The top. But I want you to know, for those of you who are just starting, I want you to know the reality is you will get here too. That's the reality. The reality is you will get here too. And I know you've heard this over and over again. Don't quit. Work hard. Move forward. Okay, so the instructions, Marina was very good. She set us up really good. She said, now, they don't want a bunch of motivation. They want some skill. How many of you want some skill? How many of you have heard this, oh, I'm ready, I'm so ready. If you would just tell me what to do, if you would just tell me what to do. Okay, I'm already excited. I know the industry is right. I know the product is great. If you could just tell me what to do. I remember when I first started and they started telling me about this and all this and that you're going to have great personal growth and blah, 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 blah. I said, you know what? Show me the money because I will grow later. I really needed to have that. That was a priority. My kids were 1 and 2 when I came into Mary Kay. And I was getting ready to go. Ooh, I'm sorry. Oh, my goodness. Cancel. I know. Cancel. I am so sorry. This is my 4th time here, and I've never said it before. You know, you get into a habit. Okay, so just put your hand over your head like this for me. Say cancel. Cancel. Because one thing I can tell you is I can teach you how to laugh at yourself. I'll be in my kitchen and my husband say, what are you laughing at? I said, at me. I mean, really, who's the most hilarious person on the planet? Me. And if you can't laugh at your mistakes, you're going to be so critical of yourself, you're never going to be able to move forward. Never. So if I can teach you anything right here, is that life will throw you punches. And you're going to have to get back up. But again, that's a piece of motivation. I came to give you some skill. I'm here to talk to you about how to make your presentations phenomenal. How to get to the point where when you talk and when you speak and when you teach, it is impactful. I want to give you 10 specific points that will make a difference for you. Eric is absolutely right. I just left China, 25,000 leaders over there. I am so messed up in the head. China, then to Baltimore, now back to the West Coast. What day is it? What time is it? Who cares? I have no idea. Okay, so look at your girlfriend. Look her in the eyeball. 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 And repeat after me. I will be super bad all day long. Okay? That's what I'm here to talk about. I am here to talk about being super bad all day long. All day long. And wherever path you are, at home, at work, whatever. I mean, I want you standing, looking, being super bad. Because that's a baseline to get your presentations to be a better way. You don't turn it on just when you're on the stage. You turn it on and you never turn it off. You are super bad all day long. Whether you're dressed to the nine or not, you've got to learn how to become super bad all day long. And we're going to talk about some things. Who's ready? Raise your right hand. Shake it, because you're going to take some notes. You're going to take some notes. How many of you know you all have a story to tell? And how many of you know if you tell that story, it's going to make a major difference for everybody who listens to your story? How many know what I'm talking about? It is going to make a major difference. So you've got to learn how to tell the story. Angela did an amazing job giving you some information, and I love it. Title this, Are They Getting What You're Giving? Are they getting what you're giving? Is the audience able to receive what you have anticipated in your mind to receive? You guys, travel is a big part of what we do when you want to go get it. I was in China, now back to America, then out to Vegas, then back home, then to Miami, then back home. Then we leave in 10 days, I think we leave now for Dubai. And then India. And then Nepal. That travel is with my husband, who owns a very large international financial negotiation business. When I started my business, he was small. When I was small in my business, he was small in his business. Two very different businesses. But what I want to tell you is handling the mic is important. Write this down for entrepreneurship. It's important for entrepreneurship no matter what you want to do. And all of us in here are entrepreneurs, and be able to say that with a ton of pride. Okay, so number one, I want you to write down energy and atmosphere. Energy and atmosphere. You are in control of the energy and the atmosphere. Look at this place. You guys, look at this place. How many of you are like me? When you walked in this room, you were like, whoa! You're like, when you walked into the hotel, you're like, whoa! And then you walk down that long aisle and you see all that signage. Go pro, go pro. Okay. All of that is on purpose, you guys. All of that is atmosphere. All of that is the energy. The music playing the way that it is. Even when they bong me off the stage, it's all energy and atmosphere, you guys. So this is what I want to tell you. In your events, be on purpose. Don't think it just happens. It is planned and it is prepared. And when you want to have more people come, pay attention to the energy and the atmosphere. Write this down. The music, the seating arrangement. You guys, seriously, the space between your chairs is important. The number of aisles you have in the room, whether you're going to do round tables, whether you're going to do half moon tables, whether you're going to do theater style, all of that matters given the event. Are you guys with me? It matters, the venue, and which presenters go when. Write that down. Which presenters go when, because their energy is different. And where you place them matters. And if you don't, you're going to be misunderstood in what you're trying to convey. Are they getting what you're giving? Number 2, I want you to write down, does your platform have a foundation? Does your platform have a foundation? Because once you build it and you start it, you're going to keep it going over and over and over again. I want you to know every single time you're in front of people, you must give them these 4 things: recognition, inspiration, motivation, and education. Those 4 things must be delivered at everything you do. And let me say this to you. It can be in different degrees, but you just have to make sure you give them all 4 of those things. I want to tell you that when I started this, I used to always say to myself, if you're in my space, that means you've given me a piece of your time and a piece of your life. If you're going to give me a piece of your life, I'm going to give you something that shifts you. I want to shift you in some way, form, or fashion. That's what you're going to do in front of the people that you are in front of. And how you shift them will change depending on the situation. You want to make sure that you include each one of these 4 things. But, for instance, when I'm there to educate, they know I'm going to be there to educate. I talk about what I'm going to deliver. We've heard that all the time. When you have a presentation, you talk about what you're going to deliver to them. But how are you going to recognize them? How are you going to make them feel good? How are you going to provide a motivational environment? And how are they going to leave through the education environment inspired to do more? When you guys come to this event, the most powerful women in network marketing, aren't you automatically inspired even from the invitation that comes out to you? It is a very on-purpose event. So remember this, the event and the audience starts before you're in front of them. It starts before you're even in front of them. One of my strongest strengths is educating. And I know that because of what people have told me after they get it, because my job is to make sure you get it. I want you to write this down. There's a lot of different ways to do it right. And sometimes that can be confusing because we get advice all different ways. And when you become a strong leader and a stronger leader and a strong leader, there's 2 ways that you can lead. You can demand people do it your way, or you can lead them to do them the way you know is successful. Demanding doesn't work. Educating and inspiring them at the same time does. If a presentation is all about education without any inspiration, it won't stick. If the presentation is all about inspiration and they don't leave with anything in their hand, it won't stick. Are you guys with me? If you don't make somebody in that room feel phenomenal by recognizing them, it won't stick. And when you recognize one person really well, everybody else feels fabulous. Are you with me? The way people feel is important. So, write this down. Become great at recognition. Remembering the detail. Knowing when to raise your voice. Knowing when to whisper. Knowing when to walk up to them and look them in the eye. Knowing when to recognize a big group. Recognition makes a difference. Number 3, skill set. I'm supposed to hit the little clicker. Skill set. This is critical. Your skill set and their skill set. You guys, it is so important that when you're in front of a room like this, in this room, you're going to have the heavy hitters in the industry, the ones who know it all. And then you're going to have some people in this room that have just walked into our industry, brand new, not sure what's going on. You've got to be able to breathe to everybody. But there is a certain core that you're going to go after when you're trying to give the audience what they're looking for. And so you want to think about what is their skill set and what do you have to give them in regards to what they're looking to gain. In this room, you're going to have everybody who wants to learn at a different way. Some of us love to read. Some of us love to listen. Some of us love to see it on visual. Some of us love to take pictures of it. Some of us love to take notes. Some of us hate to take notes. Here's what you need to know. In teaching other people's skills, don't get mad at how they learn. Get excited that they learn. They may learn differently from you. I'm dyslexic. Trust me, my learning skill is very different. And I want to say this in terms of skill set. Just because you came to this event, you will be better. Just because you're hanging around powerful women, you will be better. How many of you already learned a lot since you've been here? Some of us just look at our friends that we just met yesterday like, okay, I got you. It's the way they talk, the way they walk, the way they move, you guys. You will gain just by the people you hang around. And therefore, when you pick what you're going to attend, you're going to decide the skill set you're walking into and what you want to gain. Your most powerful events is when the people in the audience know what they want to gain. Number 4, little clicker, is consistency causes excellence. Consistency will cause your excellence. So I want to tell you the best piece of advice I ever received was from Les Brown when it came to speaking. And his conversation with me said, speak as often as you want, Gloria. Speak as often as you can. If you want to speak as often as you want, speak as often as you can. So let me say this. Let's be girlfriends here. Let's just be real girlfriends here. How many of you right now are nervous about taking the mic? Right, this is important. Look around. Go ahead, be honest, put your hands up. Nervousness is okay. Some of the best presenters are nervous. I am often nervous still before I take the mic. The reason I wanted you to raise your hand is because you can't change what you're not willing to acknowledge. And often in our industry and often in our world, we're afraid to let other people see our weaknesses, but that's how you get good, you guys. And that's how you get other people to invite you to take the mic. Speak as often as you can, learn to handle the audience, and remember to give everybody something because you will learn from everybody. Here's what you need to know. Your skill set will come from preparation and practice. Preparation and practice. I remember when I first started and my presentation had to get better. OMG, it had to get better. My first presentation, I sold $7. My recruiter sold $500. She said, well, let me see your presentation. So I did my presentation for her. She said, that is so boring. I was like, what? And, okay, so I told you I'm dyslexic, so I'm reading every word. I know you all relate. So they told me to go home and practice. Well, one of the things I had to practice was how to smile through a presentation. Do you know that we have to practice how to smile? She told me to watch Jane Pauley at the time. 1 million people just died today. I was like, for real? But you know, if you're not careful, you won't gain those types of things that happen through experience. How many of you have been in a presentation and something happens in the presentation and everybody starts paying attention to what's happening over there and you have to grab everybody back, right? You can't grab them back with low energy. You can't grab them back with a frown on your face. You're like, everything's fine. Let's keep going until I get my money. Experience. Your delivery. I want to tell you this in terms of your delivery. You have to change every time you think about your audience. And your audience is not always going to be in front of thousands of people. Sometimes your audience is going to be in front of 50 people. Sometimes your audience is a phone call. Sometimes your audience is a webinar or a seminar, a small group. Get this. Sometimes your audience is people that you see all the time and you need to change it up. If you want to keep your group lively, attending, coming back for more, you've got to learn to change up your delivery. Write this down. Surprises are important. Surprises are important. Your ability to surprise. And your delivery is important because you have to be confident enough to turn the audience over to some people who need to grow. So you have to help them in their delivery. And as a leader, you have to sometimes stop them and say, no, you're going on too long about this, or your points are too strong. So, when you become good at helping people with their delivery and what you're giving them to the audience, you also have to help your leaders get good at it as well. Next point, image. Image is important. I want to tell you have 7 seconds to make a good impression. 7 seconds where they look at you. Now, here's what I want to tell you. The way you dress and the shoes you wear as women, that's not all of it. It's 95% of it. But it's not all of it. Like me, I just had a foot operation, and I had an extra bone taken out. I had an extra bone because I'm obviously extra. But there's very few shoes I can wear, so you'll see me a lot this weekend in flats because I can't do it. But it makes a difference, your image. But here's what I want to tell you. For sure, I want you all to know I did not look this good when I started. You need to know. I didn't look this good when I started. And I remember seeing one of my top performers, and she was walking down the hallway, and I was standing next to my girlfriend. I said, what is it about her? What is it? And my girlfriend said, girl, it's money. It's money, baby. Don't get it twisted. It is money. So I want you to know it gets better over time, but I also want you to know I created all of this before my diamonds, and so will you. You create it before you get the results. You create it before, so that image. Write this down. Your smile, the type of handshake you provide, your makeup. You guys, my daughter Juliana Mayfield is here, and she's my makeup artist, and she is amazing. If you ever have to follow anybody, she's awesome at it. But it makes a difference how you look, how you feel every day. Here's what I want to tell you. Write this down. Have your hair slamming. I'm so serious. This is all in talking how to present in front of the audience. Your hair has to be slamming. If you, seriously, right? Oh yeah, problem. Okay, rule number 1, get some. Rule number 1, get some. Rule number 2, if you haven't gotten a compliment on your hair in the last 2 weeks, change it. Dye it. Or buy some more of it. Whatever. Are you guys with me? Whatever. It really does make a difference, but here's the truth of it, you guys. Here's the truth. It's more about your soul. When you're in front of an audience, honestly, you have to be read as someone who is there to serve. And if they know you are there to serve, then they will gain. And if you serve well, they will gain well. Are you with me? It is about your soul. And how are you able to present them with what they want? My stylist, Keith Harley, always says, the way you feel is the way you present the package. And so many of us sometimes think that the package is not important. And let me tell you why it's important. It's important because of your confidence. So the way you feel matters. So that's why I'm so hard about the hair, because I think that when your hair's slamming, when you have a bad hair day, it's better than most people's day. Confidence. No, next is command respect. Command respect. Here's what I want to tell you about command and respect. When you're in front of a room, talk about what you know. Don't volunteer to talk about something you feel uncomfortable with. Remember, experience breeds wisdom. And when you have the experience, you're going to be in a position where you can take people's questions. I am a life success expert. I am, and so are you. I'm a strong overcomer. I dealt with dyslexia. I'm still dyslexic. Do not give me a book, man, unless it's on tape. And I wrote a book called Quantum Leaps, Craziness. But I struggled with dyslexia. I found out when I was in college my fiance had an affair. I dealt with domestic violence. I've lost 3 children before I birthed the 2 that I have now. I've got a story, and so do you. But now I have 2 birth children and 2 more children that we share. Phenomenal. I have a marriage of 20 years that is absolutely on fire. I went to the best, attending Harvard Business School, I went to one of the best schools in the world, dyslexic or not. You are an overcomer. Here's what I want to tell you about that story. All of us can command respect in front of the people we're there. It doesn't matter your background as much as it matters your ability to deliver what they expect. Are you guys with me? Because you will have someone that stands right next to you on the platform whose background is totally different than yours, but they still will command respect when it comes to the audience. You guys, confidence. Write this down. Confidence is required. That's all I want to tell you is that confidence is 100% required. So write this down. You fake it till you make it. This is the worst. You're in front of the audience and you say, I don't know what I'm supposed to say. What was it again? Oops. I don't know what I was supposed to say. Let me tell you what I was going to say. I mean, just fake it till you make it because your confidence is required. Number 9, respect your time. Respect your time. And here's what I want to tell you. When you're preparing, don't try to cram so much information into the presentation that they can't grab what it is you came to deliver. How many of you have heard someone speak that much and they give you so much information, by the time they finish talking, you go like this? Right? I don't know what they put on that screen. But I will tell you that you want to respect the time that you have to present and the topic that you're going to present in there. Watch your pronunciation. Watch your time. And at the end, I want to tell you to leave a lasting impression. Leave a lasting impression. One of the things I love the most is that poem called My Deepest Fear. And I love reading that poem, My Deepest Fear, but I want to tell you my favorite line in that poem is your playing small doesn't serve the world. Write it down. Your playing small doesn't serve the world. Remember this. Whether you're in front of a room of thousands, whether you're in the room of hundreds, whether you're in the room of 10, if you're in a group of 4 or 5 women, when you walk away from the group, they're talking about you. You decide what they say by leaving a lasting impression because your playing small doesn't serve the world. I need you to do me a favor. Okay? Do me a favor. Okay, sit up in your chair, sit up in your chairs, sit up in your chairs. Look at your girlfriend and say super bad all day long. No, look at her. No, with attitude, please, with attitude. Super bad all day long. I am. No, I didn't hear you. I am. No, I didn't hear you. I am at the most powerful. There you go. I like that. Her neck almost ripped off her body. That was good. The most powerful. Because if you walk that way, you talk that way, you be that way, you become that way. We are on purpose here. When you connect with the Warriors, you are connected with one of the most amazing organizations that's going to take our industry to where? To the highest heights. the highest heights. I want so much for you guys. So sit on the edge of your chairs. Sit on the edge of your chairs. Say hallelujah. Now clap your hands really loud, really loud, really loud. Really loud. I don't hear you. No, I don't hear you. Okay. Because when you finish today, you're going to say, I don't know what that woman in black had on, but I remember she had me on the edge of her seat, screaming hallelujah and clapping all the time. I love you. Talk to you later. Bye.